Good morning, everyone. Today's Thursday, April the 18th, one more day before we have the monthly options expiration. And starting again, like we are going to, as long as this noise in the background about what could happen to the world, XYZ. So we're starting with oil, and what we can see is that it continues its decline. This is the new contract, of course. It hasn't rolled to CL1 yet, but we are coming right down into those targets that I expected, looking like we'll test 80 if the rotation comes to the bottom of this range pattern that we are looking at. If we take a look at the CL1, and this is where the contract should roll, we can see it's sitting at that 82 area again. 80 is the base of this wide range, and breaking down from it, coming into the halfway spot and bouncing. It looks like a potential buy the dip, but everything is in a fail the bounce formation. So we bounce off of the low into the lower highs, and then we rotate back down. The key event is going to be, can we get up over 82.87 for the CL1? For the CL2, after tomorrow, hopefully, or after Monday, we'll be able to just look at CL1. For CL2, we're looking at the same test here at this 83. You know, I like those 25 to 30s there. So let's give it about a 22-cent range, and then we'll create the alert on this formation. So far, we're in a bullish leg, but reversion to the mean, very likely into this area before it moves to the next base. Let's take a look at gold. Excuse me, allergies really kicking up today. Gold is also on a relative fade, right? Let me see if CL2 has got any more volume than that. And let's go to the 4-hour. Yes, excuse me, GC2 has got a ton more volume than GC1 for whatever reason. But let's take a look at what's going on, right? If we are working through this week with Dolby's patterns, we can see that the ranges, again, the range trade should be taken in the direction of trend. So you'd look for a long on these edges coming into the support zones, and then the cover at the halfway, and then the full spot, all right? Anticipating that price action might drift further. My thought is that we come in and test 2,300, but we'll see how that goes. Working without technical indicators right now, simply because it's important that we don't get distracted by what's actually happening in the grand scheme of things. Now, this morning, somebody downgraded Tesla with a price target of 120, which maybe, you know, very often the pioneers don't get to stick around the way that others that have grown from their experiences get to, but, you know, we'll see. We'll definitely see. Let's go to a daily chart and see what's going on. We have gapped up and are trying to hold, but, you know, this 50, 80-ish area is going to be key resistance until it isn't, right? So let's remove the ray, and now properties. Let's change the properties of this to 5089. And then let's remove this line and remove this line. So we can see that we're caught in a little bit of a pocket of noise that's somewhere between 87-ish, maybe even, you know, sorry to be neurotic there. Let's make this one 86, right? A little bit more, and then we'll put an alert here, and we'll make it about 3 points wide, right? There's 2 points wide. Let's make it 3 points wide, okay? Comes into that area. We know it's a potential zone that could turn sellers into buyers, and it could also reinitiate new shorts. All right, we still, in these formations, we have yet to have a day that does not make a lower low. And that tells me we are still in the midst of incredible selling pressure. Next line in the sand is not incredible selling pressure, but it is selling pressure nonetheless, right? that 50-40 to 50-20. Let's move that over there. 50, here's where all this 50-17, 50-19. We know those numbers very, very well. I am going to take that text off so that we can see, listen, we're in delta neutral because we're at the base of incredible support. And so we're sloshing back and forth. Directionally, you should be selling the bounces. If you buy the dips, they need to be quick, in and out. All right. Now, are we above the close of the prior trading day? Why? Yes, we are. Are we above the open of the prior trading day? Well, no, we aren't. And so the big thing, this was a huge level. Good gravy. This was a put zone yesterday, 650. Let's see if it ends up being support. If not, friends, there she blows. Off to the next 462 area, right? I mean, what do we want to do? We want to sell the bounces, folks. When it gets in a range, you look for the resistance of that range and then trade it off. All right? How do we know we need to sell the bounces? We look 2 to 3 candles to the left and we see what pattern there is. The pattern is lower high, lower low. The pattern is bounces are selling. They could be big. So you want to make sure that you're holding that edge that says, all right, am I above this area? That's great. 5 points? No. 9 points? No. It doesn't give me 0 or 9. Let's just go with 0. Okay? That 650 number, going to be a big fat deal. If it loses it, you're going to get really messy price action. We've seen awful price action in the next couple of days, in the last few days. Today, you'll see me on Top Step TV. We'll be live trading in fast markets from 9:30 to 12. I'm really looking forward to being there and seeing what we can do to extract some premium out of this market. Take a look. This one has been a savage fade. The YM has fallen more deeply than all of the others, way back through the heavy congestion and into the second rotation of heavy congestions. What does this tell me? It tells me that old resistance that became support is now looking for support again after making a brand new high. The problem is it's dipping down into this area and it's failing to breach resistance. What is that resistance? 38,263. That is going to be the line to cross, right? It is going to be the line to cross, no doubt about it. If it gets up there, more buyers will enter the market. Now, it could be short sellers that are saying, holy cow, I got to buy a cover. But as you know, those can be very, very steep in either direction. Is this a buy the dip event? Yes, it is. But your stop is all the way down here. Good golly. Your stop all the way down here is about 57,910. Okay? That's going to be what you're looking at. We are in a neutral state formation because we are trying very hard to hold the frameworks at the bottom. All right? Let's look at SPY. This is the SPY. Look at that. Came down into the 499 area. Buyers held up. This morning, the price action, it gapped up. We are above the close, but when we gapped up into the 503 area, we got smashed with sellers. So we could still have some pretty wicky, awful action. I have rolled the other side of that iron condor into the following weeks, as I do expect the price action to hold steady in these noises. As I mentioned, I think we are in a wide range for the entire summer. I do not see any kind of tragic breakdown. However, I am allowed to change my mind based on new data that comes into the fray. If we lose this edge, we are going to head right back down into the 480s and then this big white swath down here at 475s. So we got to prepare for anything. Short duration on our trades. We're not looking for long-term formations. Short duration. And we'll be in great shape that way. All right, levels to watch. Got to hold 500. Are the traders going to buy there? Potentially, but this is a sell the rally formation. Every high that we see is going to be a place where sellers hop in because they're nervous. All right. And once things settle out, they won't be so nervous again. We're going to get blowout earnings somewhere along the line, and everybody's going to be happy and counting their Benjamins once again. Okay. This is the formation that we're currently in. However, the breakdowns are fairly significant. Key breakdown yesterday of 428. Are we trying to hold above that right now? No, right now we're rejecting it. Coming right back, look at this, below the close of the prior day. That's quite bearish. Bounces are sell zones. Look for the range formation. Sell the top of the range, buy the bottom of the range, and then let the chart fall into the next support zone before you cover your position. All right, everyone, take care, and hopefully I'll get to see you on Fast Markets on Top Step TV on YouTube.